All right, ladies and gentlemen, man, this is the barbershop. Come on in here and get you a cut, man. Get you a cut. This is the Sports Podcast, and this is the Man Barbershop. Come in here and get your cut, man. Sit down. We're gonna talk some men stuff. Let's get this show rolling right here on the Sports Podcast.
Hey, to whoever may need this nugget of encouragement, things will be alright, so quit your worry. I get it, the odds can stack back against the wall, but even consider it such, know you'll stand firm. Sit and watch from the sidelines, one too many times, wicked games to play, make me wanna lose my mind. Found solitude, knowing it'll be over soon. Ever need a boost, count on me for the 1-2. Trouble don't last when the tough get going. Baby, all we do is win, so show me my opponent. Adversity, doubt, stress, could care less, cause how we handle those like an S on our chest. Super proud of how we held it down on the way up. Can't wait for our day to ball. This is a layup. Nobody ever said this would be easy, but trust when I say that you got it. I know you've been looking for a breakthrough, trying our best to make do. Every day is something new, but change don't come. Oh yes, it's true. Brighter days are straight ahead. Follow me, won't be misled. Just look up, don't hang your head, and we'll get to the promised land. Somebody loves you, please don't forget such. Take your time, no need to feel rushed. We gon' shine somehow.
All right, man. Welcome everyone to the Man Barbershop, man. This is a show full of knowledge, wisdom, and all love from all brothers around the world, no matter what race you are, black, white, purple, green, yellow, polka dot, plaid, whatever you are. This is for all men around the world. I am, ladies and gentlemen, sitting here making his debut. Matter of fact, in the barbershop, man, it's the Trigger Man. It's the bigger Trigger Man, Justin. And my man. Yes, sir.
Thank you for having me in the barbershop. Thank you for having me.
What you want? What you want? A fade or what you want? What you good? What's good? What's good? What you want?
I always go with the low fade, man. You can see it coming kind of right in here. I'm a low fade guy. I always go to low fade to the beard.
A low fade to the beard.
Shout out to my barber, man. My barber out here, Adonis Soto in Jersey, man. He one of the top barbers in the whole state, for real.
Word. That's what's
up.
Yeah,
my barber's like that, man. He's out here. I'll send you some pics of his profile and the cut and some stuff. Shout out to my barber, man. Great guy. You gotta have a great barber relationship as a man, bro. You gotta be cool with your barber. You gotta be able to come and talk to that guy, and also know he's gonna lace you up. And my guy is great, man. So shout out to my barber.
No doubt. One of the most important guys in your life is your barber because he makes you look good.
He makes you look good. He's a therapist. He's a surgeon. All in one.
All in one. All in one. And the man, I got the man who's a big influence on the show, man. He is, of course, you already know who he is, the legendary Q-Dog, the dog.
Yes, sir.
Oh, welcome to the shop. It's no longer the lounge now, so we it's the shop now because we cutting.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You know, my old school. I like the little temple fade and everything, but I love when you hit me with that razor, but edge me up good. Yes, sir. Hit me with that razor, baby.
Yes, sir.
You guys do the hot towel?
No. Sometimes my barber do. I don't like it too much because I can't breathe that good. I don't like it.
Nah, the old school hot towel. I only do it to treat myself nowadays.
Yeah, that's good though. You can tell the difference.
Yeah, every few months or so, I hit the hot towel. Always good.
Yeah, maybe I should wake my barber up and tell him that.
Yeah, that's good, Aaron. That is a cleansing. Yeah, that hot towel.
Okay, hot towel it is.
Oh yeah, hot towel.
All right, man. Coming on in here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, welcome to the barbershop, man. And before I get things started here in the show, man, my disclaimer is we here in the Man Barbershop are no better than nobody. Nobody is better than nobody. Everything is said on this show, whether it's from me, Q, or Trigger Man himself, man. We all got to do this work. So just because we're saying it doesn't mean that we don't have to do it. Because the more we say, the more we got to do. So we here. We're not better than no other person on this show. Nobody. We're no better than nobody. We out here just like a regular man, like the rest of us. But All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this topic. Let's get into the show, man. For one solid hour, we got Man Talk, and today I want to talk about setting. That's you, Justin.
What?
Ooh, yeah, that's you. That's you with the background. Might be. Yeah, is it?
Oh, that's me. What's up? What's the noise making?
It's good now. It's good now. Yeah, you must got another microphone or something like. But it's good. It's
I don't
good.
got anything on. I don't think.
No, you good. You good. You good.
Okay.
But today I want to talk about, man, is as far as man is goals, setting goals. I think it is important for men to set goals. And I was talking a few minutes ago backstage, man. I was reading something that says this is why it's so important for men to set a goal. Without goal setting, life can have no clear sense of direction. One would merely bounce from one situation to another, reacting to events happening in other people's lives instead of proactively guiding their life towards the desired outcome. Goal setting ensures you remain in control of your life and well-being. In other words, the only way to create a life you love is by setting clear goals for yourself and creating a plan to make the goals achievable. Your belief and confidence in yourself and grow with every goal you set and achieve. This is because goal setting forces you to step out of your comfort zone. Remember that, Q? Stepping out of your comfort zone. Stepping out of your comfort zone and gain a new skill and seek new experiences to be able to achieve your goal. Goal setting also makes you confront your fears while taking action. Every time you overcome a fear, you boost your confidence to learn new things and overcome the next challenge. This increases the sense of what is achievable while inspiring you to take on more significant challenges to attain an even higher level of success. To be able to enjoy the benefits associated with goal setting, you need to learn how to set smart goals. So let's start this thing off with Trigger Man. How important do you think that it is for men, us men? I don't give a damn how old it is to set a goal in your life. Set goals.
I think setting goals is one of the most important things we have to do as men, because without setting goals and having things to reach for and strive for, then what are we really doing? We're not. Then you're just moving without a purpose, without a direction, and without anything like that. And I think goal setting, what it really does is it helps keep things in perspective, because there's always something for us to be chasing. And I think in a lot of ways that's a good thing, because complacency is not what any of us want to be. We don't want to be complacent in life. I know I personally don't. I'm always trying to set new goals for myself and create a plan to reach those goals. It's not only about setting a goal, but it's what are you going to do to reach that goal? Because I'm sure we all know a lot of people that always say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, or I'm going to get this done. But what is your plan to get that done, right? So I think a lot of it is, I listen to you guys talk about the comfort zone thing and stepping out of your comfort zone. And, my pops always used to tell me that you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's how life is. You're not always going to be in a perfect situation. You're not always going to have things line up the way you want it to. But it's how are you going to navigate that, keep your eye on the prize, and still hit your goals despite the adversity that you're going through. And that's something that, it took me a little while, to kind of learn, because I feel like when I was younger, high school, college, maybe even a little bit post-college, I really didn't have a plan. I didn't have, a lot of ideas on, what I wanted to do career-wise, how I was going to get there, what I wanted to do education-wise. But, I realized as I got into my early 20s, mid-20s, like, you got to have goals and you got to have things to hit, because if not, you're just going to be directionless. You're going to be, and I want to, my whole thing is every day, I want to maximize what God gave me out here on this planet, whether that's physically, intellectually, mentally. I want to be able to dip my toes and hands into every little thing. I could do to get the most out of myself, whether that's my schoolwork, my career work, reading, watching sports, learning more about sports, having conversations with people like you guys, things like that, and really trying to expand my horizon, which all kind of come into goal setting. Even at this point last year, I wasn't even doing any podcasts. I was on no podcast, anything. The fact that now I'm able to, do this with you guys, do the show with Jim, the Real True Sports, everything, and the Spitball Sports, all the shows we do. I mean, it's awesome, man, and it's a great thing. And it's, you always got to make sure to set those goals. Like one of the goals, I was talking to you guys a little bit in the studio before, I've really always wanted to get my PhD by age 30. It's been a goal of mine, since I started setting goals for myself. So my early 20s, when I realized, what I'm capable of doing and what I can do, I've always said, it would be awesome to get a PhD by the time I'm 30 years old. So right now, I'm doing everything in my power I can to hit that goal. So, to answer your question, man, I do think that goal setting, as not only as men, but for everybody, for women too, and even for younger guys, guys that I coach. I work in a high school, so kids that I teach, kids that I'm getting ready for college, I always tell them, man, set the bar high for yourself and set goals. And, the school I work at, 95% of our students are, from the inner city area, things like that. It's a private school, but we service, kind of kids with a lot of stuff going on at home, rougher backgrounds. And I always tell them, man, set goals for yourself, because you don't have to stay in the situation you're in. You don't have to be comfortable in a bad situation. You can get out of this. You can expand. You could grow. So set those goals. And like I said, not only setting goals, but figuring out a plan to achieve them and what we're going to do to really accomplish that goal. I think that's important too.
Okay. The dog.
Oh man, I think that's Martin Luther King got one of my favorite quotes that he says, and one of my favorite quotes that he says, and I really go by. My daughter knows this quote, and every time she see it, she send it to me, and I always preach it. And it says that a true measure of a man is not during his time of comfort and convenience, it's during his time of conflict and controversy. So goal setting is, you're trying to reach and head in a certain direction, but you're going to have to go through things. You're going to fall. You're going to have naysayers. You're going to have bad days. You're in a fight, and you're in a fight, and so it depends on you. Whether you can achieve your goal or not. But the biggest thing that a lot of people seem to miss when you're trying to, everybody want to achieve a goal, or maybe it's getting a nice car, or education, or playing the league, or whatever aspiration that you have, any goal in life, or whatever, be a single, something like that. Never forget about, a lot of people forget about gratitude. Always be grateful. Be grateful for what you have now. You know what I'm saying? So for you ask for anything more, because, if you want to be blessed and you want more, thank God for what you have now. And then, if you thank for what you have now, then, he'll be more, it's more sensible to him to bless you again, because you're grateful for what he gave you now. When you go home and you see all the things that you have in your home, your lights, your food, your comfortable, your television, a lot of people don't have that. We talk about the small thing, but we always talk about the bigger thing. That's natural. That's natural to talk about in life, but always never forget about gratitude. Be grateful as you're trying to reach your goal. And you have to block, people going to tell you all the time, that you could not, you can't be this, you can't be that. 5 years ago, Aaron, and you know it. I said I wanted to be a scientist. And a lot of people say, a scientist, you be a scientist? Man, you ain't gonna be no scientist, you in a lab coat. And I said, no, this is what I want to do. And so a lot of people was like, no, I can't see you in no lab coat. I had people in my family was shooting me down. But, I got started. And when I got started, I out of 5 years, I missed 1 day. 1 day. I worked for 2 years, then COVID came out, lost my job, and then I went full time. Finished school. But it was not easy. All those courses that I had to learn, You know, I had to learn writing, and I had to learn communication class, and then I had to learn biology, you know, genetics, organic chemistry, you know, chemistry, you know, math. And so, you know, a lot of people like, how you gonna do all that math? How you gonna do all that? People like, you're gonna be a weirdo. You're gonna be a weird scientist. I'm gonna be the coolest scientist you ever met. And I am, you know what I'm saying? And I can challenge anybody in science because I fought that goal every day. You know, a lot of times when I left out of classroom, my head was hurting, you know, and then it just told me, you know, when I got in my genetics class, that was the hardest class I ever had in the program. We had 30 people. We end up, at the end of that class, we end up about 10. People were dropping like flies every week. And I thought I was going to, this is the only course I ran across, the biology and chemistry, and I thought I was hard. Then when I came across genetics, I was like, man, I ain't going to learn this. But my professor was on me. He said, you need to study hard. So I used to get a pack of loose leaf paper, come home on a Saturday night, sharpen about 8, 9 pencils, go to work all night long. All night long. I still got these papers. You know what I'm saying? It's living evidence that I fought. You know, and I fought to achieve my goal. You know, it was not easy, but for those 5 years, I just kept fighting. I did not know nothing about nothing, period. I did not know, but I learned. I kept going to tutoring classes. Then tutors started to like me, and then they would set me up with other tutors. And so, you know, that's the thing about it. When you start to fight for your goal, people see that, and people want to help you climb that ladder. And I had people trying to help me climb the ladder. And I said, I'm going to get there. I said, and people kept telling me, you know, I kept hearing people say, it's going to be war in the end. And people say, don't you quit. I said, you ain't got to worry about me. That's the last thing I'm going to do. And I kept fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. People in my classroom thought they were smarter than me. And then, you know, I just kept on fighting. It was hard, but I made it. I graduated. Aaron came to my graduation and seen me graduate. And that meant something to me. That man came to that graduation, and all them people was able to get in there and film that, and had a video for me that I could put it on Facebook that everybody see that I did this at my age. At my age, people shoot me down. You too old. You too old. It's not about age. It's about the mind. It's what you want to do. I'm living proof that if you want to go, and if you want to go, nobody can stop you. You pray about it, and then once God get in it, you move forward. And you keep doing your part, and your goal will be achievable. It won't be on your time. It's going to be on God's time. I promise you that. But if you keep fighting, you're going to have to fight. That's in anything. Marriage, anything. Relationship, anything. Anything that you're trying to do, you cannot be successful or achieve it without the fight. Fight brings on longevity. You're going to have to fight. And because if you're not going to fight, and you're not going to stand up and be a true man about what you're trying to, you're not going to make it. And when you set a goal, what every man needs to do, when you set a goal, keep fighting, because if you lose and you quit, I promise you, you will never be able to look in that mirror the same. You won't, because you're going to see a failure. You're going to see a quitter. You quit on yourself. And that's the worst thing to do, to quit on yourself. And once you achieve that goal, no matter how big it or how small it is, a goal is a goal, you can achieve other goals. You know it can be done. But it's not ABC 1, 2, 3 red carpet. There's no way. We don't live in that type of world. So we got people, men out here that they know, they see that's in front of them. They see they have to fight. They want that goal, but how bad do you want it? That's the question. How bad do you want it? Because you got to go through things. And I used to tell my children that I used to go out there and buy them clothes and buy them things. They say, Dad, I want this, I want that. I say, okay, then I'll get it for you, but I'm going to ask you one question. What's that, Dad? How bad do you want it? They looking at me like, I want it real bad. I want it real bad. Okay, then we'll get it. And then when I get them home, I work the shit out of them, make them vacuum, make them wash dishes, and do everything in the house. They get mad at me. They say I'm treating them like a slave. I said, hold on, wait a minute. When we was in that store, I asked you a question. I said, how bad do you want it? You say you want it real bad. Okay, then I got it for you. This is what you got to do with what I bought for you, because nobody gave it to me. Well, so tell me what makes you greater than any kid in this world that I got to give it to you. They sit there and look at me like a stupid, because I know what I'm talking about. So, you know, you got to, you know, stop. The biggest thing I hate what's going on with parenting nowadays is they just give. Stop all that. The world is not like that, and we know that as men. We just make these kids earn. Make them earn what they earn, what they want in life. Because when they got a life, ain't nobody gonna give them nothing. And we know that. We know that. But they've been given so much in their life, that's what they think the world is gonna be. So they got to fight for the goals they want. And if they can't fight and they ain't been trained to fight, they haven't been raised to fight, then, the inevitable is going to happen. The negative is going to happen because they have been built the right way to fight. So you can't take them. You can't go in that interview with your child. You can't go in there. Mm-mm. He got to give the best interview he can. You can train him all you want to, get him right. But at the end of the day, when that day comes, he got to go and he on his own. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When he go to school, he on his own. Mm-hmm. He come to daddy, I can't do it. I ain't trying to hear it. Mm-hmm. I ain't trying to hear it. That let me know you ain't willing to fight. Mm-hmm. I can't help you. The professor can't help you. Nobody can help you. The only person can help is yourself. If you're trying to achieve a goal, you must be a fighter. You got to be a fighter. Gotcha. That's it. And have gratitude. Have gratitude for what you have instead of what you're trying to get. Because you'll get what you have, but be thankful for what you have.
Yeah. That is so true, Q. I'll give you a standing applause for that one, because what you said was so true. I want to use the Justin said something about a podcast. It's kind of jumped out of my head. Let's use this whole platform, the Real Sports Podcast. I'm gonna be brief. Starting this thing, I wouldn't say it was a joke, but I didn't really take it as serious. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't. And it just boom, and then the popularity just spread it quick. I'm like, oh shit, look at that. I was like, oh, okay. So now I'm like, damn, you know what? We on fire now. I want 1,000 subs. I want 1,000. Work hard. I didn't know how to be a host. And it's a podcasting is very difficult because it's coming out of your pocket every month. Trust me, it's coming out of your pocket, and it's stuff. You got to give a good product each and every single week. You got to give a product. You're a producer, and this and shit going in your mind or whatever. So here it is. Now I got a podcast. Now the popularity, the numbers, people came. I got people to come. So now my goal is to keep them to stay. You know what I'm saying? I got them to come. Now I got to keep them to stay. Okay, so I wanted 1,000. 1,000 subscribers with about 8 months. Bam, we get 1,000. Then I had to get the YouTube wants you to get the hours and all that. That took about a year or so. Bam, we got that. So this podcast was knocking it out. But in order for me to get myself together, man, I'm gonna be straight honest with you guys, man. I took a hosting class. It was a guy, Derek Brown. He's a inspirational speaker, whatever. And we talked through Facebook Messenger. And he was telling me how to be a host and how to talk and how to present yourself to people. Because I didn't know shit. I mean, whatever. I didn't know shit. And I didn't know anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know nothing. I was nervous. When that live hit, it's a totally different breed. It just totally turns you on. But that was my goals. And now my goals is to get guys like Trigger and Q, guys like that, get more pieces to the puzzle. That's my ultimate goal. My goal is to make these guys, put these smart guys. These guys are smart. I'm trying to tell you, I ain't just talking because I got lips, but these guys, Q, Justin, Philly G, everybody on this podcast, these are smart guys. These are smart goddamn guys. So that was my goal, is to put them up there. So the more I put them up there, the more the show gets better. So now the show is there. We're not all the way there. We're competing with celebrities, and it's like 80,000 podcasts out here. But anyway, that was a goal. Now, personally, for me, I'm a truck driver. And the hardest thing in my life, I went to truck driving school. And I was in there for a whole year. My son was being born. And it was tough. It was the hardest goddamn thing I ever did in my life. I don't know cars like that, so I had to remember each part, man, of the truck. And I had YouTube, man, and just going through the basics on, My wife could tell you, man, I was up all night looking at YouTube videos. I was just trying to, man, I wanted to pass, not just for me, but for my family. Because I got a son, right? And he was a little baby. But I put it like this: if I quitted that shit right then and there, what I'm gonna tell my son when he get older, when he want to quit? I'll be a hypocrite. I'll be a hypocrite. So you got to work your ass off. I remember it was 30 degrees out there, and I'm freezing my ass off. I'm freezing. This break here, because you gotta in truck driver school, a verbal test. You gotta point out the part and you gotta say what it does. So you gotta remember like 32 parts. You gotta remember what it does. But anyway, so I did all that road test. I didn't know how to drive a stick. I had no clue. But you know what I did, bro? Thank goodness for technology. But YouTube, and I worked my ass off though. YouTube and doing other things, man. And like my goal, man. Okay, I want to be at this age. I want to get this job. I want to get that job. I want to pass this. I want to pass that. I want to be here. And I'm telling you, man, goals is something that a man, I'm telling you, every brother out there in the world set a goal. I'm telling you, it could be the smallest thing. Start out small first. Don't say, oh, I want $3 million. Because it's gonna take a long time to get it. Let's be realistic. First of all, start with yourself. Start with your inner you, because that's what I had to do. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna give it back to Justin. My grandmother passed away June of 2011. The worst day of my life, because I went to her funeral, and God, man, I get fucking emotional. Damn. And my grandma was my heart, but as they was lowering her into the ground, everybody walked away. My whole family was there. It was about 60 people, and everybody walked away. And as they was lowering my grandma in the ground, I told my grandma, I went over to her grave. I said, Grandma, I'm going to be better. Because that's all my grandma wanted. I used to run from the police and run straight to her house and stand there on her front porch like a statue. Police went right past me. Pew. I throw my stash, run to grandma's house. She know where I'm running from. I played it off though. But she said, son, you got to be better. You got to be better than this. You got to stop this street stuff. Anyway, so they was going on the ground, man. I told my grandma, I made a vow. I said, Grandma, I am going to be better. I'm going to be better. I'm going to change, Grandma. I'm going to change. I'm going to change me. Lo and behold, I'm here today. I'm not perfect. Hell no, not a bit. But the things I used to do, I don't do no more. I don't do all this street shit no more. I'm trying to live now. Back then, I didn't care. But what I'm saying is, to go back to what I'm saying is, I made a goal. I made a verbal goal to my grandmother and to myself, man. I'm gonna change. And brothers, before you make financial goals or anything like that, make a goal up here, because it takes a more mature mind and a change of mind. So when you get that money, you will be a little bit more mature. Because everybody nowadays, when they want a goal, they want to go for the money. I want $1 million. I want this. I want that. I want a nice car. I want the hottest girl. Okay, cool. That's fine. Change the goal. One of your major goals, man. I'm telling you. Foundation. I'm telling you. Start from yourself. I talked a lot. I'm giving it back to Justin.
Well, listen, man. The first thing I want to say is I really want to commend both of you for what you guys both spoke about, your individual journeys, and really accomplishing the things that you guys did. Q, to go back to school and for something that you didn't know at all, and to prove all those people wrong, and to do that, man. You got all the respect in the world from me, especially as somebody who was an educator myself, and similar situation to you. When I went back for my master's degree, I had a lot of people telling me, "What are you doing? You weren't even that smart when you was in your undergrad, things like that." So, but to do it like you said at your stage in life, and from everything you've been through, man, that's seriously commendable. And Aaron, I'm saying with you, man, getting through truck driving school. I have a nephew who did that, and I know that it's no joke. A lot of people
It
don't,
is.
they think, oh, truck drive. Nah, man, that is a serious thing. And
That's
taking that
tough.
exam to pass is serious. You got to drive
Yeah.
a big ass truck. You got to park that thing backwards. You got to do a bunch of. So listen, man, all these things. What they do is they solidify what I was saying about setting the goal, but what are you gonna do to achieve that goal? In your case, you stayed up watching YouTube videos all night, learning, practicing, being out in the cold, doing this and that. In Q Dog's case, he took classes. He stood up all night with that pencil, with that paper, and like you said the same thing. You went to a hosting class and things like that. At the end of the day, there's two. Q Dog dropped an MLK quote that I like a lot, and there's two other quotes that kind of fit that bill. Theodore Roosevelt always said it's about the man in the arena. It's not about the man on the outside. What the man who's not watching is saying. It's what the man in the arena is doing. And at the end of the day, when all of us are going through that journey, we're the man in the arena. And another one too that I saw is, I saw in the intro too, my guy Malcolm X, one of your intros, the autobiography of Malcolm X is one of the best books I've ever read. And he's got a quote in that book. It's not a famous quote of him, just a little throwaway line. But at the end of the day, all you got is you. He said, at the end of the day, what you got is you and what you can do as a man, as a person. And, he's a perfect example. You look at a guy like Malcolm X, he went from, if you read his story, he went from basically doing low-level boost up.
Oh, he might got a phone call.
Being Detroit Red, coming to Harlem, running numbers games, West Indian Archie, all that stuff. Yeah. To going to jail and enlightening himself and enriching himself and gaining knowledge and learning things from Elijah Muhammad and expanding his profile. And whether you agree with the man philosophically or not, he set a bunch of goals for himself. He wanted to be heard. He felt he had a voice that could be heard, and he wanted to do that. So, like I said, when you talk about setting goals, doing these kind of things, I really respect both of you guys just as men for setting those goals and doing those things, because I know how tough it is, man. At the end of the day, when you're, when I was getting my master's, at the end of the day, I'm the one writing those papers. I'm the one doing the research. I'm the one looking the stuff up. All these people that are telling me that I can't do it, they're telling you that because they can't do it. All those people who told Q Dog, I can't picture you in a lab coat. I can't picture you being a scientist. What about them? What does that say about them? That they, so, I think that I always tell the kids that I coach, I always tell everybody at the end of the day, you're in control of your own destiny. And Q Dog said it too when he was talking before. At the end of the day, you got to control what you can control and lock in, because nobody could stop anybody from achieving their goals if they really do the things they need to do it, like the three of us have done in certain circumstances. And like you said, that doesn't make us better than anybody or more of a person or more of a man than anybody, but it shows that the three of us individually all were able to set a goal and do the things that we needed to do to achieve those goals. And at the end of the day, it's like you were saying, man, when you were talking to your grandma, at the end of the day, we want to be better. You never want to be complacent. It's always about striving to be better. What am I going to do today to become a better man, a better father, a better person, a better student, a better educator? And it's not always easy. We're not always going to make the right decisions, but it's about always trying to keep that in the back of our minds and, keeping it all in context, man, because it's not easy to do these kind of things. Passing trucking school is not easy. Q Dog becoming a scientist, that stuff is crazy. I'm getting a PhD and I can't even look at the high school science classes in my school. The biology and the chemistry, it make my head spin. So it's like, when you think about those kind of things, man, it's like all you got to do is, give respect, give props where it is, and really use that as a template, because he could do that. Why can't I finish my degree at my age? If why can't we do those things? And I think that a lot of it, and Q Dog mentioned it perfectly, is something that I wanted to circle back to, is with the kids, man, and this mentality of entitlement and what can you give me? And it's like, I don't have to give you anything. I don't have to give you anything. What are you going to do to earn this? Because nobody gave me anything. I had to work for everything, man. My dad worked 2 jobs growing up. My mom was very sick. I was home. I didn't have much help with schoolwork, things like that. A lot of my friends had parents, home to help them and stuff like that. It wasn't like that, man. I had to scratch and claw. I went to college with a lot of rich white kids that, came from really privileged backgrounds, nice book bags, nice clothes. I didn't have all that stuff, man. I had to, like Q said, I had to fight. And we're creating a generation of kids now that don't have that fight. They're okay with just, falling back. And it didn't work out for me. And I don't have to, do this. Somebody owes me something. And one thing I try to live my life by, man, is that nobody owes anybody anything. The only person that we owe anything to is ourselves.
That's it.
And, I owe it to myself to maximize what God gave me. Like I said earlier, whether that be mentally, physically, spiritually, we owe it to our families, to our children. But outside of that, man, people always in life, this person, nobody owes you anything, man. You got to go out and get this every day. We live in America, which is a country of meritocracy, which means that you will be rewarded for being good at what you do. Whatever race, ethnicity, creed you are, if you are that guy, you will get rewarded. And you will achieve. It's the amount of work you got to put into it. Even, all 3 of us are big sports guys. That's obviously how we met. All these athletes that we talk about and see, people don't know the work that those guys do behind closed doors to get to those levels. Even the guys that we don't think are good athletes and good players, those guys have spent 20, 25 years working out, committed to their craft, perfecting their. So it's like we were saying, man, it's all about what we're going to do. And just to remember, like you said, be grateful that we have these opportunities, that, we have the flexibility to be able to do these things. There are other countries in the world where you're not allowed to do that. North Korea, other places like this, you can't, decide I want to get a degree at this age. So we got to be grateful that we have the opportunities that we have the support systems we do, and that we have the resources to achieve anything. Because like I said, nobody can stop you if you set that goal and you set the things in place to achieve them, man. That's a big thing.
Absolutely. Come on with it, dog.
The biggest thing I want to say, we're talking about.
I think I can't hear you guys real quick. The mic out?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Hold up, I can't hear.
Still can't hear?
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Go out and come back in.
I can't hear you guys.
Go out and come back in. It be like that sometimes. Well, go ahead, Q. Hey, go out and come back in. Go ahead, Q.
Generally, what I was want to say about reaching goals, and we're talking about reaching goals. We want to reach out to the, not only adults but the young men that's growing up in this world. I mean, because we know that one day they're gonna have to become men, and so you can't play PlayStation all your life. You can't you can't be coddled all your life. You got to stand up and be a man. Somebody says you got to start getting prepared for that. And a lot of these parents, I see, especially women, I'm saying, stop calling these boys. I'm saying, stop holding their hands all the time. Let them do the things they're supposed to do to be on the pathway of being a man. Because once they walk across that stage, they're on their own.
Absolutely.
They're on their own to achieve what they want to go to the military or, go to college or go to work. It's just that simple. You have to do something in this life. And so you set a goal, and then you got to do what you got to do to take steps towards getting that goal. And we all talked about all 3 goals that we have achieved, and we did because it means we had the desire to want to achieve these goals. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. We kept fighting. We kept getting frustrated and and then we talk about who's behind us, who's supporting us, who wants us to achieve. We got a lot of cheerleaders in our lives. So, we want to be able to sit back and say that, I did this, I achieved this, I fought. So if I can do it, You can do it. Ain't no excuse. I ain't trying to hear it. So, we got a lot of quitters out here. A lot of people out here just say that, what I'm saying, because they lose from the beginning, saying what they can't do. You can do anything. You can do anything that your heart desires. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. That's the wrong thing to do. Get away from them people. You want to be a doctor, be a doctor. You want to be a lawyer, be a lawyer. You want to be a rich entrepreneur, be a rich businessman, be that. You can be whatever you want to be, but it's going to take work. You know what I'm saying? So don't let it come to a sleeper, but a dream.
That's it.
So you looking at, and start to your research. When you start to look at these players, these great players, LeBron James, you know what I'm saying, Justin Jefferson, or whoever that lighten us in the sports world, do the research. They wasn't always like that. Do the research that they was kids. A lot of them had a lot of upbringing, hard upbringing. I looked at Ray Lewis and how he was accepted to Miami Hurricanes. They had one spot for him. And he was accepted, and his grandma dropped him off. Mm-hmm. He had 3 white T-shirts, 2 pair of jeans, and $20 worth of food stamps. And looked at his mom before grandma drove off, and he said, "I'm going to make it." And that, brother, that touched my heart. That hurt my heart. He had no choice but to make it. That was his opportunity to shine, and he did it. Because people like that, when they grew up in him and Dion, if you look at his story, Dion's mama always worked. Daddy was never in his life. He was on drugs. So he had to be his biggest cheerleader. Ray Lewis had to be his biggest cheerleader because nobody wasn't in the stand cheering them on. That's why they on the level that they own. Because when they was coming up, wasn't nobody there to support them. Nobody couldn't believe it. Nobody wasn't believing, so they had to believe in themselves. And it wasn't nothing about being cocky or nothing. It's just something that they had to do to get them to their goal. And that's why they was the best that they were in what they did. Because you will strive to a goal that you want to be the best. And, and like the Kobe Bryants and the Magic Johnson and all the people that we see, a lot of people cannot, Adrian Peterson, a lot of people cannot get on these levels. There's a certain train that they get on. Some people just can't get on. It's work. You know what I'm saying? You're putting your time in. The Jerry Rice's, you hear the story about Jerry Rice. He want his uniform nice and tucked in, and then he vacuum carpet. He want lines in the carpet. And, the children don't put lines in the carpet. He make them do it again. He was about perfection. And he was in practice one day, and he had a bee in his helmet. He could have stopped and took your helmet off, got the bee, but no, he took it and ran a touchdown. Every play that he caught, he ran a touchdown. He mentally prepared, so when he got in the game, he was good because of how he practiced. So don't look at how these guys are. Research them. Every successful person that reached a goal got a story. I promise you that. True. Listen to their story, man. Ask yourself, are you willing to do these things that they did to get to them? They just snapped their fingers and woke up and they was right there where they ain't. No, the world don't work like that.
It's very true.
So, but what's wrong with the young generation? I was like, people everybody can want to do something. Everybody wants a dream or aspiration. But how bad do you want? Are you willing to put in the work? And then when they work involved, they back up. And then, well, you don't want it as bad as you say you do. I mean, I don't understand it. Ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. They don't have nothing out here for nobody. Not for no man anyway. You can cancel that. I promise you that. You're gonna be in for a rude awakening and you think somebody gonna give a man something out in this world. Don't nobody give you nothing.
Nope.
So be a man, stand up and fight and go get what you want.
Mm-hmm. No, that's real, Q, for sure. And one thing too that host was saying too that kind of resonated with me is that I think a lot of guys, especially the younger generation, they only set these financial goals for themselves. And it's, I want to, do this and that. But like Aaron was saying, man, you gotta be right with yourself first before you can make any of these goals that have something to do with stuff that aren't improving yourself. you have to be comfortable in improving yourself first. And like you guys both said, even if it's that small goals and getting there and then kind of building up gradually, but it's one of those things where, guys need to get focused on everything Q Dog was just saying, man, and really just achieving these goals, stepping up, and not just waiting for stuff to come to you. Because if you just keep waiting for shit to come to you, it's not gonna happen.
You're gonna be waiting a long ass time, bro.
Yeah. And like Q said, obviously, not on the level of some of these athletes and stuff, but a lot of us, we don't have an option to not make it. I don't have an option to not have a good career and to do well. I don't have a family that has some sort of trust fund to fall back on. There's no savings, When my parents, whenever God willing, I hope they're here a long time. But whenever they move on, I'm not getting no money left to me. I'm not, it's not like these other people who have that kind of situation and they could take these chances. So I know that I have to maximize what I have to make the most for myself so that I could put my family in a situation where they don't have to deal with that. And they could, and it's all about, like I said, hitting those goals, doing what I got to do, and honestly taking the lead from other people that I've seen do it. Listening to stories like you guys, your backgrounds, and like Q Dog was saying, man, if we could all do it, if he could do it, I could do it. And honestly, just listening to that story and stuff, you've inspired me even more to get after it because, like, you can learn all that science stuff. Like right now, I'll give you guys an example. Right now, I'm taking a statistics class for my PhD program. Statistics has been hard for me my whole life. I've always struggled with math. I've always struggled with it, and I've been sweating a little bit about this. But you know what?
I can help you out, my brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit you up. We gotta figure something out with that. Yeah, you gotta help me. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have to ring you up. But it's one of those things where if Q Dog's willing to sit up all night with a pen and paper and do these science questions and math equations, why can't I stay up all night and figure it out? Why can't I come out with these answers? Because I want to hit that goal. And it's about, getting down to it. So, I think you guys definitely good stuff with that, man, for sure, because that's what it's all about. Like I said, we're always striving for more as men. And, especially, too, as minority men, we got to work twice as hard. You guys obviously being African-American, me being Hispanic, there's not a lot of Hispanic people with a PhD in education, brother. You're not going to find it. You're not going to find a lot of people that, is my age and my ethnicity that's in a position, in an education administration. There's a responsibility that comes with that we have to do to also, work twice as hard, be twice as good, and make sure that we're doing things we need to do to achieve our goals, because there's always going to be some sort of things that could prevent us from doing that. But it's all about, like Q Dog said, I keep coming back to this, fighting. Having that fight, having that spirit. I know me, it takes a lot to take me out. A little stats class or a little something adversity or an issue with a personal relationship or something, you're not going to take me out. It takes a lot more than that, yo. So, and you got to have that mentality to do that and execute. A lot of people don't. And they think that it's just going to come to them or that they don't got to fight for this stuff. And it's a fight every day. Every day is a fight, whether it's school, your job, your living situation, your family situation. Every day there's a challenge. And how you respond to that and don't let it hinder you from getting those goals is how we improve and become better as men and as people.
That's true.
Well, they got their own saying, and this saying right here is true everywhere you go. When people complain about what they got to do this and do that, they always say, "Well, there's a will, there's a way."
Yep,
that's true. And look, I'm gonna say this as far as what Justin was saying. Justin, you were saying about the mentality. I was a hard guy to deal with, man. To be honest with you, my attitude and stuff wasn't all that, and I had to change inner, so I had to be better. That's why I told you my grandmother and stuff like that had to be better, man. And like I said, a lot of guys set goals up. I want $1 million, I want $1,000, I want $2,000. But in my situation, bro, to be honest with the world and be honest with Trigger as well, man, I wanted to set a goal for me. I wanted to set a goal for me because here it is. I'm a father. I got 2 kids. My daughter should be 22 next week. Next week.
God bless.
Next Friday. She'll be 22, right? You know, and I got a son. My son 5 years old. So here it is now. My thing is I have to mature. I had to set a goal in myself, Trigger. I had to say, you know what? You gotta change, bro. You gotta change, bro. So how about you change mentally, set a goal mentally, not physically. That's money. House, that's mentally. All that. That's house. That's physically. I mean, I'm talking about a goal mentally now. That is really the most important thing, because when you get those physical things, that if you're not fixed mentally, you're gonna blow it all. If a person give an immature guy $1 million, he's gonna blow it all. If you give a 6-year-old kid $1 million, he's gonna buy candy and soda and chips all day long. He's gonna blow it. He's gonna blow it. Is what I'm giving you the mentality. He's gonna blow it. But if you give a mature man, what he's gonna do is, he's gonna spend a little, but he's gonna invest. He's going to invest his money. He's gonna invest his money. If you give a man a car, guess what? He's gonna take care of that car. He'll forget where he came from. And me, ladies and gentlemen, the host, me, I had set a goal for myself. I had to set a goal for myself. I don't care about no money. I don't. I know this shit sounds crazy. I don't care about money, man. I care about setting a goal for myself, because again, I was I was a hard person to deal with. I always wanted to fight. You say something, I'm gonna hit you right in your damn mouth. But I can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? I can't fight no more. I can't do that no more. I had to set a goal. Okay, when this comes, I'm gonna be calm. I'm gonna be cool, be collected. That's why some people now, Q. Now I don't know how you deal with them. I don't know how you deal with that. Q tell me all the time. I don't know how you deal with it, bro. I don't know how you deal with it.
But you know what the one thing though, host, that you made a great point on, because I resonate a lot with what you said, because in my past, and even still sometimes to this day, I could be difficult to deal with, and it's a work in progress. I'm a young guy. I'm still learning, but the thing is that I think the most important thing that you have to deal with it is self-awareness. And having that because self-awareness, it all ties in with confidence. You have to be confident with who you are and who yourself to have that self-awareness to criticize and analyze yourself. There's not a lot of men like you and I that will be willing to admit, hey, I might be difficult. But you're able to admit that you might be difficult. I admit that at times. Yeah, I admit that at times I could be difficult. I'm not out here saying, I'm a pleasure to work with all the time. I'm sure you can find a handful of people that be like, yo, that Justin, fuck that guy. Yo, he give me a hard time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There's a handful of people that be like, yo, nah, fuck that dude. So, but having that self-awareness, one, to recognize that is not okay, how we're behaving in a certain situation, whether that be you with the fighting, whether that have been me in the past, my attitude, some of my indifference towards things, and then having the wherewithal to recognize that we have that issue and do the things to change it, to improve ourselves, to become better. Because there's a lot of people that have those same problems, but will not admit it. They will not say, hey, I'm difficult to deal with, or I might be doing something wrong. And being real with yourself is the first way to advance. And you gotta be true with yourself first.
That's stage one, Justin. That's the foundation.
Yep.
That recognizing is the stage one. Now let's go to stage two. Now I know the problem. Now let's achieve the problem now. Because when you know the problem, guess what? The test is coming. So the test is coming. So now, Justin, now I know that I'm a pain in the ass. So now I gotta, okay. My next goal, I don't want to be a pain in the ass. So my next goal now is to be more calm. When my kid get on my nerves, I gotta be more calm. When my wife gets on my nerves, I gotta be more calm. When this brother gets on my nerves, I gotta be more calm. It grows. And ladies and gentlemen, we're not talking about the absolute, the physical goals, but really more of a mental, because that is most important. First of all, before you even dream about money, and I believe, I believe this: God don't give everybody $1 million because He knows here. He knows that. So, but here's the thing: I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna let Q get one more, finish getting his in. Kobe Bryant said this. He said, after you achieve a goal, do another one. And when you achieve that one, do another one. Keep going. Kobe Bryant said it all the time. Once you get this goal, go to the next one. And once you get that one, go to the next one. And go to the next one. It's always going to continue to go as long as we're still breathing. So I know man, this show right here, just talking to you guys is helping me, understand it. Because it's waking me up because I lost my drive in a way. And it's going to happen that way going through this path of life. You're going to lose your drive and your ambition and all that. Sometimes I don't even feel like doing the show. I don't. Lord have mercy. I don't. I work 12 hours a day, blah, 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 blah. I'm a father, this and this and that, blah, blah, blah. I don't feel like doing the show. I don't feel like it. But I got to get up. Why? Because I set my goal. The Real Sports Podcast, that's my goal. It's here now. So I got to take care of it. So you need to get your ass up, host, and hit that live button and say, ladies and gentlemen, this is, blah, 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 blah. Go through it. Setting the goal, keeping the goal. Setting the goal, keeping the goal. That is the whole thing, man. And again, us brothers, us men, we need that. And Q has a son. He's a grown man, but Trigger got a little son. So when he gets older, bro, you got to tell him the same situation. But how can you tell him if you don't go through it yourself?
Definitely, man, and that's something that I'm grateful for the experiences that I have had and that I have had adversity to go through. And I always tell my parents that even though nobody's perfect and there are some things that maybe could have been different, I wouldn't have wanted to been raised any other way because I was able to see what the real world was like early. I was able to see that nothing's going to be handed to me. I grew up in a pretty well-off area here in New Jersey, but my family was not well off by any means. I always had less than everybody at school, high school. I went to private schools. My family made a lot of sacrifices to put me in these private schools, but there's a trade-off when you do that. You're going to school where I'm, taking the bus sometimes, and there's kids pulling up in Beamers. I'm getting, things like that. So it's a mentality that it creates adversity in you where you want to, have better things for yourself. So I'm grateful for those experiences because I was able to kind of see the real world, how this really works. And I want to be able to pass that on to my son and, do those things. And, I give my parents a lot of credit, man. They exposed me to a lot of different cultures, upbringings, backgrounds. Like I said, I grew up in a nice part of Jersey, but my parents frequently took me to their neighborhoods. They grew up in Queens and the Bronx, respectively. My mom especially grew up in a very rough area in the Bronx, South Bronx. It's real out there. And she made sure that I knew that was there. And I understood what those people were dealing with and that whole thing that comes with everything that deals with it. So I'm happy with the way that, and like, Q Dog was saying, a lot of these parents nowadays need to expose their kids to more than just what's on TikTok, Instagram, social media, because that's not the real world. The real world is what's really going on out here, and people are struggling, and people are trying to do their best to maintain and get through. And like I said, all we can do is, set our goals, do what we're supposed to do as men, take care of our families, take care of the people we care about, and just keep striving to be better every day, whether that's going to school like the three of us have done, or, like you said, doing your thing with the Real Two Sports podcast, taking hosting classes, putting your time, your resources into it. I mean, that's commitment, and that says a lot about your character, and it shows. It shows in the work that you do because the numbers are going up. The show is getting more buzz. Whenever we're on, people are sending live messages. So it's clear that you have that
known
talent.
All over the country. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're in Russia.
We're in Russia.
So
we're in Russia now.
It's clear that you have that talent and charisma, but the work ethic to go with it to really make the show, what it is, man. And I just appreciate that you guys have made me a part of it, and I love doing this with you guys. And like I said, we're gonna, I'm gonna do whatever I can to help you hit those goals and do what we need to do. And that's all we can do, man, is keep setting these goals, achieving them, and doing what we can do as men, fathers, and people, man. That's it.
my goal is to assemble the dream team, one of the greatest teams in podcasts in YouTube, and I've done it. I've done it. Even the ones that's watching that's not with me now.
Listen, we got a squad. We got a squad, man. Every time I'm on the show, everybody that's been on, it's great, man. It's good. We got everybody's knowledgeable. Everybody knows what's up. Everybody's got a good personality. We all got good banter. We got, it's good, man. It's a good show. It's growing. And one more thing before I let Q finish us off and take us home that I like is I just love being a part of the show because we all have, different perspectives, different ages, different backgrounds. But at the end of the day, we all kind of are about the same things. We take care of our family, we take care of our people. And, I just love hearing different perspectives from you guys, different ages. We got the younger guys like me, Mark, Philly G. Then we got like kind of the middle crew, you, Deuce, everybody. And, we got Q Dog, the OG. So it's, it's just awesome being a part of that, getting to know you guys, your stories, and how it all kind of blends together to make the show what it is and to make it a really, good show. And like you said, to not only, keep rising and getting those subscribers, but how do you keep these people now?
There you go.
You keep them by putting together a good show and, by doing what we do because, I think that when we're together on there, man, it's top of the line, man.
Every show is setting a goal because every show we want to be.
I tell you one thing, we're better than a lot of these bum ass podcasts I hear from a lot of
That's what I'm talking about. YouTube
people. Yeah,
YouTube.
man, I'd rather listen to me, you, and Q Dog chop it up than Travis and Jason Kelsey any day of the week talking about pizza.
Any day, bro. Any day. Q Dog, take us on out, bro. Any day. I got it.
And without establishing, to get to a goal, it has to contain work, your time. That's the biggest thing a man can give to anybody is his time, and that's precious. So, when you're trying to achieve a goal, you got to put your time in, and you're going to have times when you fail and when you get knocked down, but, you got to keep up and keep moving forward. I mean, that's the whole objective of achieving the goal. A lot of people who want goals and everybody who say they want to do that, are you willing to put in the work? And I tell anybody, if you establish a goal and you want me to help you, I don't mind helping nobody. But my biggest thing, if you show me effort, I'll do anything in my power to help you. But you got to show me effort because I don't want to waste my time knowing that you're not trying to reach and get to your common goal. And so, as men, as only so many things we can do when we're trying to tell people to get to their goals or trying to help people get to their goal. But you the one in the end, got to do what you got to do to get to your goal. So I'm glad that I'm the OG on this podcast. And as I look down, I'm not really looking down at y'all, but I'm just talking about ages. I see a group of young men that's growing like a big oak tree, and they're spreading the seeds out to other young men, so they can see what they're doing and to see them achieve their goals. And and so that's the thing, we got to put away childish things and become men and reach the goal, so we can look in the mirror and be proud of ourselves. Nobody else be proud of ourselves. We can be proud of ourselves. They know that we did it. We did it. We made it. And just to see, just to be around men like y'all that have achieved goals make me feel good. Just like makes me want to do something else. Because that gives more power. Y'all just gave more power to me. And I gave more power to y'all. And you see how it works in a cycle. And so that anything that we want to achieve, that if I can help y'all, I help y'all. Y'all can help me. Y'all, that's what it's all about. And so we all can get to that goal together, whatever we want to do. So I challenge any young man out here, any man out here that wants to achieve a goal. I challenge you to get out here and put in work. You're going to have, I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat. You're going to have some sleepless nights. You're going to have some bad days. You're going to have some days like the host say that you don't want to do it. But you got to get up. But I don't care how you do it. Crawl, limp, Roll. I don't care how you got to do to get to that goal. Keep fighting. Keep persevering. Because one day you're going to make it. But you got to fight. You can't give up. If you don't give up and you're going to fight, don't even get it started. And if you can't give it 200%, don't do it. Don't do it. Really. But, I'm glad that we are on the Men Lounge. We're talking about this. And I hope a lot of you young men out here are listening, especially you young men. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. You want to be a doctor? Then you can be a doctor. You want to be a lawyer? You can be a lawyer. You want to be a singer? You can be a singer. You want to be a rapper? Be a rapper. But you can do whatever your heart desires. But you just got to put in the work. That's all it's about, putting in work. We all, on this podcast, we express our stories and the goals that we achieve, and each one of us contain that element of work. It did not miss. It was not out of all of our achievement. So work has to be involved, and work and work and work and more work. So if you're willing to work, you can achieve it. You can achieve any goal that you want, aspirate in your life and your heart and your mind, baby. So let's get out here. Let's stand up and be real men. Let's talk as men. Let's achieve our goals so we can see the children and the women look up to us and be proud.
I hear that, boy. And that's where it's coming from, the OG. Trying to tell you. You gotta have an OG. You gotta have an OG. You need somebody up there that's been there.
You gotta have them in the playoffs and everybody.
You ain't lying. All right, man. That is all from the shop, man. That is all for the shop today, man. We hope you guys enjoy your visit at the Man Barbershop, man. Please be sure to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Again, man, in the closing, you fellas you can do it, man. You can do it. If we can do it, we just some regular 9-to-5 guys, man.
That's all.
If we can do it, y'all can do it, man. And together we can do it. And if anybody out there that needs some help trying to make a goal or need some kind of direction, man, hey, I'm just an email away. realthesportspodcast@gmail.com. If I can't help you, Justin can help you. Q-Dog can help you. Mark, Philly G, Due to the Game, anybody in this podcast, man. Y'all just need some help, man. Just reach out, man. We all need help sometimes. I know I do.
Self-awareness, self-awareness, host.
Self-awareness,
like we said, it's the biggest key, man. Being real with yourself.
Yes, sir. You right about that, boy. Self-awareness. I need help. I need it, man. But we will be back in the building. We are coming back this again, man. We'll be back in the building this Tuesday night with some NFL. That'll be our sports show. Some NFL. Get my stuff wrong here. Alex in Russia. There he is.
Oh, there you go. What's up, Alex?
What's going on, Alex?
Great show, you guys. Great show. Oh, great show. Hats off to Justin. Hats off to Justin. All right, okay.
I got a little fan in Russia.
No doubt. What you up to, bro? You got a fan in Russia. What you up to? I gotta watch him, bro. Nah. That's good, man. That's what's up. Shout out to Trigger Man. Again, Trigger Man, he's here. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for having me, guys. This was a good one, man. I love chopping up sports with you guys, but it's great to consume knowledge on, real life things like that. Hearing you guys' backgrounds and stuff, it's inspiring, man. I feel, invigorated and ready to attack some of these.
Me too, bro. I'm ready, man. I needed that because I lost a little drive. When you doing this for so long, you lose it, and that's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna shut up. But that's what's going to happen on this journey. You're going to get tired, so you just need somebody
we're gonna keep pushing each other to be better, make each other expand and grow. We're gonna play off each other, feed off each other's energies, and make sure that we're doing the best product we could possibly do.
Yeah.
Amen, bro. Amen.
These guys kick me in the ass and make me go. So that's good to go.
I'm going to catch you guys, all right? I'll see you guys soon. It's great
all right, Justin. My
Have a good one, gentlemen. I'll catch you Tuesday.
No doubt, bro. No doubt. Right. Trigger Man is out. Again, man, we will be back in the building. We'll be back in the building this Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen. and with some more NFL and NBA news. So come on back Tuesday, man, at 7 p.m. because we got sports to talk about right here on YouTube. Everybody around the world, be safe and stay safe. I'm host. That's the dog. We out.